In 1922, when Howard Carter opened the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun, whispers spread across the world, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the king's rest." Soon after, mysterious deaths plagued members of the expedition. But was this truly the pharaoh's curse, or just coincidence wrapped in legend? In the grand tapestry of ancient Egyptian history, one name was little more than a footnote: Tutankhamun. Ascending to the throne as a mere child over 3 millennia ago, his reign was brief and his impact seemingly minor, a pharaoh lost to time, overshadowed by the colossal legacies of rulers like Ramesses the Great. For years, British archaeologist Howard Carter scoured the sun-scorched Valley of the Kings, a royal necropolis already picked clean by millennia of tomb robbers. His search, bankrolled by the wealthy aristocrat Lord Carnarvon, was on the brink of failure. Then, in November 1922, a single buried step was unearthed. It led to a sealed doorway, and beyond it, a treasure trove untouched for 3,200 years. When Carter was asked if he could see anything, his reply became legendary. Yes, wonderful things. It was the most intact pharaonic tomb ever found, a time capsule from a lost world. The news exploded across the globe, igniting a worldwide phenomenon dubbed Egyptomania. It was more than just the greatest archaeological find of the 20th century. It was a portal to the past. But amidst the glittering gold and global fanfare, a darker narrative began to take shape. The initial euphoria was soon shadowed by an ancient, creeping dread. Just 5 months after the tomb was unsealed, Lord Carnarvon was dead. A seemingly innocuous mosquito bite became infected, leading to fatal blood poisoning. The world's press, hungry for a sensational story, seized upon the tragedy, spinning tales of a pharaoh's vengeance and an ancient curse unleashed upon those who disturbed his eternal rest. The legend grew with each subsequent misfortune. Over the next decade, a string of deaths connected, however loosely, to the expedition were all attributed to the curse of the pharaohs, cementing a myth that would prove more enduring than the gold itself. Picture the world in the early 1920s, a society hungry for wonder. Into this landscape, the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb exploded. Radio broadcasts crackled with updates, and newspaper tabloids fanned the flames of public fascination. An unprecedented wave of Egyptomania swept the globe, but beneath the excitement, a darker narrative was taking shape. The idea of an ancient curse, awakened from its slumber. The story found its first victim in Lord Carnarvon, the expedition's financier. Months after entering the tomb, he died in Cairo from an infected mosquito bite. But the press reported more sinister details. At the moment of his death, the lights across Cairo mysteriously flickered out, and thousands of miles away, his beloved fox terrier Susie let out a final howl and died. These eerie coincidences were all the proof the world needed. Soon, the curse list began to grow. The media scrutinized any death connected to the tomb. George J. Gould, an American financier who visited the site, died of pneumonia. Aubrey Herbert, Carnarvon's half-brother, also died within months. Each new obituary was presented as another chilling chapter in the story of the pharaoh's revenge, strengthening the legend's grip on the public imagination. The myth gained credibility when Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, creator of Sherlock Holmes, declared his belief in a supernatural element guarding the tomb. While the world was captivated by a vengeful pharaoh, a quieter inquiry was underway. Scientists began to look past the headlines for rational explanations. Could the real threat be something far more tangible? A microscopic danger, sealed in the dark for millennia, waiting for air? While a supernatural curse captivates the imagination, science offers a more tangible explanation. For 3 millennia, the air within Tutankhamun's tomb was a sealed incubator for ancient microorganisms. Researchers theorized that dormant bacteria lay in wait. When the seal was broken, these pathogens were released, inhaled by the unsuspecting excavators. Another prominent theory points to toxic mold. Fungi like Aspergillus niger are common in ancient tombs and release spores that cause severe respiratory infections. To a 1920s medical world, the symptoms could have been misdiagnosed, their true origin a mystery. The idea of a pharaoh's revenge, delivered not by magic, but by microscopic fungi, is a compelling scientific alternative. But this is where the scientific theories, and the curse itself, begin to unravel. When you look past the headlines, a different picture emerges. Of the 58 people present when the tomb was opened, only 8 died within the next decade. This mortality rate was not statistically unusual for the era. especially considering the age and health of some individuals. The most glaring evidence against the curse is the fate of Howard Carter himself. He was the first to peer into the tomb, spending a decade breathing its ancient air. Yet, he lived for another 16 years, dying of natural causes. And he wasn't alone. Lord Carnarvon's daughter, Lady Evelyn Herbert, one of the first to enter the burial chamber, lived to be 79. So if not a curse, where did this powerful legend come from? The answer lies in a perfect storm of tragedy and media frenzy. Lord Carnarvon died months after the opening, not from a mysterious ailment but from blood poisoning, after nicking a mosquito bite while shaving. The story was too tempting for rival newspapers. Famed author Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, a spiritualist, declared his belief in the curse, lending it credibility. The myth took on a life of its own, a tale far more exciting than mundane reality. Perhaps the true curse of Tutankhamun is not a supernatural force, but the way mystery captures the human imagination. A mosquito bite, a flickering light, a whispered legend. Suddenly, an entire world believes in the wrath of an ancient king. The story of the curse reminds us that sometimes it isn't the facts that endure, but the myths we choose to believe. And maybe that is what keeps the Boy King's name alive, echoing through history. Subscribe Ancient Whisperers for more mysteries and history.